Hi guys, Dr. Jordan Axe here, and really excited for this thyroid webinar. This is for anyone struggling with thyroid problems, adrenal fatigue, gut issues, autoimmune conditions, and you heard about us. Maybe you missed one of our live workshops. So really excited for you guys to be on this webinar. I'm telling you guys, this next 30 minutes. I'm going to be going over a lot of details, exactly what I went through, how I completely reversed my Hashimoto's, eczema, autoimmune gut problems, and how you guys can do the exact same thing. And I'm telling you, this 30 minutes will 100% change your life. If you do and really listen and choose to apply what you learn right now, something in your life is dramatically going to change, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to be going over today, why your blood work is normal, yet you still don't feel well. How the gut and the immune system play a primary role in thyroid conditions. The top 5 thyroid natural solutions, and exactly how I overcame my thyroid adrenal stress and gut issues. So a little bit about me. I've worked with a lot of patients over the years and really become, through my own journey, a thyroid expert. And this is really cool. This is the Olympic sprinters. They're preparing for the Olympics coming up here soon. So really hoping they do well. I've worked with them on nutrition, peak performance, and getting their bodies working at an optimal level. A lot of you guys aren't Olympic athletes, but the same principles apply. Getting your body to work at 100% so you can reverse chronic disease and things that are going on in your life. So I've enjoyed working with them and really hope they do well this year. So we really work with a lot of high-level people. My brother, huge role model. He's an owner of one of the largest online health websites. Amazon best-selling book for a book called Eat Dirt. 3 times on the Dr. Oz show. Ran a really successful radio show called Transform Your Health. He's been a huge role model. He's what helped me get healthy, and since then we've grown together, and I've really taken thyroid and gut issues to a new level. So that's a little bit of my background there, how I got to where I'm at, and who I am. So really, to jump into this, this is a massive epidemic. 27 million suffer from thyroid conditions, and now they're saying 50% of this is undiagnosed. Okay, so Barnes MD of the Brada Barnes Institute says it's 90% of American men and women. That's how many people potentially have these thyroid conditions. And so it's now the #1 endocrine disorder, 27 million people. Diabetes has 16 million. So this has more than 10 million more people suffering than diabetes. They aren't being diagnosed. The reason is 80% of thyroid conditions are in women, and 80% of that is hypothyroid. And 80% of these conditions, again, are autoimmune related, which means your blood work looks normal, you can take the medications, you're still not going to feel well because it's coming from the immune system. Has nothing to do with thyroid. And that's why it's not being diagnosed right here. We're going to go over that in detail. Okay? It's not just the thyroid. It's affecting everything else in your body. It plays a role in obesity, weight gain. They found that subclinical hypothyroid, you're 2 times more likely to having a blocked aorta and to have a heart attack. They're also finding that 50% of depression is actually caused by undiagnosed thyroid conditions. Again, it's not just your thyroid. The thyroid is causing you to exercise, eat right, and still not get results. Okay, it's causing depression. Studies are also showing autoimmune types of hypothyroid, which is what I had, can lead to psychosis, seizures, dementia, and mood changes. A lot of collateral damage going on here, guys. The thyroid has to be addressed, not because of the thyroid, because of what it's doing to the rest of your body and how it's making you feel. Could this be your problem? A lot of you are on here wondering, is it my thyroid? Here's the common signs and symptoms of thyroid. Weight gain that does not respond to diet and exercise, sleep problems, fatigue, hot flashes, cold hands, feet, depression, thinning of the hair, brain fog, dry skin, brittle nails, infertility, and constipation. The reason you're having all these problems is because the thyroid is your metabolism. It's what dictates the speed of your body. If your gut slows down, you're constipated. If your hormones slow down, you're going to be infertile. Brain slows down, you're going to have brain fog, okay? Everything is slowed down when you're hypothyroid. Cold intolerant, losing your hair, right there is a good picture. So what is the solution? Again, that's why you guys are on this webinar. I'm trying to teach you guys how to fix the problem, get to the root cause of the issue. Well, what's the cause? Depends on who you talk to. If you ask your doctor, most likely going to tell you it's genetics, and there's not much you can do except take thyroid hormone replacement the rest of your life. That's a very good business model. Somebody is making a lot of money on this. There's no money in prevention. There's no money in curing something. There's way more money in taking a medication your entire life, okay? Realize, doctors are good people. The system they're in is a business at the end of the day. The model is there to make money. So, make your decisions according to that. Again, some of the doctors want to help you, but they're in a system that's out there to make money, not to get you well. So, the truth is, there is a cause, and when we remove it, the body can heal itself. Right? We all know that. The fact is, our system for treating thyroid conditions works. We get to the true cause, and the body heals itself. It's an amazing thing. A little bit of the anatomy of how all this works. You have to know the anatomy so you can know how to fix your thyroid problems. The hypothalamus here secretes TSH, which tells the thyroid to make more hormones. The hypothalamus is saying things are slow, speed up. Releases TSH, which tells the thyroid, hey thyroid, we're not keeping up, make more. Thyroid tries to make T4, which is inactive, which means your cells cannot absorb, they cannot use T4. It has to get converted into T3 for your body to be able to use that. There's certain things like selenium and cofactors that your body needs to convert this. 80% of this conversion happens in the liver, up to 20% of this conversion can happen in the gut. Can you see why detox and proper liver function is important? Can you see why having a good gut lining is important? Your blood work can look normal. You can take your thyroid, your Synthroid medication, and have a lot of T4. You're still going to feel like crap because your body's not converting it into T3. That's huge, guys. Other thing to note here. T4 can also get converted into reverse T3. The way that this happens is from elevated cortisol or chronic stress in your life. Your body cannot use reverse T3. It can only use T3. So now you have all this T4 your body can't use and reverse T3 that your body cannot use. So that's one of our main causes of thyroid problems is adrenal fatigue. Adrenals is caused from elevated cortisol, okay? We'll go over that in a little bit more detail, but just remember this reverse T3 caused by adrenal fatigue, elevated reverse T3. So let's go over some myths so you guys can learn the truth here. Thyroid replacement hormones such as Synthroid are your only answer. Again, 80% of the time that does nothing to do to fix your problem because it's an autoimmune problem, not necessarily a thyroid problem. We have to fix the immune system, such as what I had, Hashimoto's. If you have the autoimmune version, your body will not respond to synthetic hormones. It could actually get worse. Again, most doctors are not testing for this. Your blood work is fine, therefore you are fine. Not the case. There's a lot of things that are going on in the body that blood work is not showing. Before 1971, it was common practice to treat you based on your symptoms than your blood work. And people were getting a lot better before 1971. Now all they do is they look at your TSH levels. If your TSH is high, they're going to give you Synthroid. That's all there is to it. They're not looking at all the other factors, the hundreds of factors that are involved. So your reverse T3, that's the TSH, I mean, is the gold standard. Medical model says you should be between 0.5 and 5.5. The problem is, no published study has ever said that, or published studies say that TSH values greater than 2 can indicate health problems, even autoimmune thyroiditis. Therefore, the normal should be between 0.35 and 2.0. What this means is, you go to your doctor, they run your panels, your TSH is 2.5. They say your blood work is pristine, it's fine, there's nothing wrong, it's in your head, it's something else. When in fact 2.5 is above the normal limit, a functional limit. It's not above their limit, but it's above the actual real thyroid limit. So anything over 2 can indicate a thyroid problem. Again, doctors are not testing this, they don't know their numbers, unfortunately. It's based on false values, so something to look for. Quick summary, what we just went over. So, you may be suffering from autoimmune type. Replacement hormones will not work because it's an autoimmune type. Second thing I didn't hit on. You can be thyroid hormone resistant, which hormone resistance means your body is resistant to that hormone and it's not getting into the cell. So it's similar to type 2 diabetes, meaning your cells can't get the signal from the hormone. Therefore, like type 2 diabetes, you can have normal blood levels of the hormone, but the cell can't use it because the receptors are blended. Again, your blood work can be normal, just like diabetes. It's not that you don't have insulin or glucose, it's that the glucose cannot get into the cell because it's resistant. The same thing is going on with these thyroid conditions. Your blood work is normal and you have the hormones, but they're not getting into the cell. Therefore, you cannot utilize it. So that's the big issue that we want to look for, is the cells being resistant. Oh, I thought this was funny. I've researched my thyroid disease and know more about it than the 20 doctors I've been to. If I can find the info, why can't they? Isn't this why they went to med school? Again, doctors are trying to help you. It's they're in a system that's based on medicine. It's not based on prevention. It's not based on getting the root cause and fixing the problem. It's based on crisis care. You're in a very bad situation. Let's try to get you back out of it with medication. It never does anything to fix the problem. It's a different model. You're in the wrong model. You're at Walmart. You're at Publix, trying to get your oil changed. You're not in the right place. I thought this was crazy. I was doing some research the other day. This is a contraindication for taking Synthroid. Basically what this says is you have uncorrected adrenal insufficiency. Contraindicated. If you have elevated TSH, suppressed TSH with normal T3 and T4, you shouldn't be taking Synthroid. So they base Synthroid off your TSH levels, but if your other levels are normal, it's a contraindication. And doctors are not looking at this. They're completely skipping over. This is right in the medical journals. This is right in the medical treatment. This is a contraindication for taking Synthroid. Again, adrenal insufficiency is what's causing a lot of people's thyroids not to work right. It's not the thyroid, it's something else, and the doctors are supposed to be testing for this. This is something I always test for, because if I find this, I know exactly how to fix it. How much is it worth to test for something like this to figure out why your thyroid's not working? It's priceless, right? Because you're actually figuring out what's causing it. A little bit about my story and what I did to fix it. Again, I was so sick as a kid. I had a sinus infection every single month. I had a lot of skin problems, eczema, psoriasis, acne, impetigo, chronic skin infections, and just never felt well. And I remember I went to some doctors. They wanted to give me some medication. Those medications stopped working, and basically then they want to send me to a specialist, a skin specialist, and then they want to send me a thyroid specialist, give me special medications, and then that stopped working. I was just getting sicker and sicker. Kind of, a lot of you guys have probably know exactly can relate to what I went through there, and just getting sicker and sicker. And finally, they figured out that I had Hashimoto's, a thyroid condition. And basically, what they said was, yeah, your immune system is attacking the thyroid. Eventually, we're going to keep taking these medications, but eventually your thyroid, you're going to have cysts, it's going to become fibrotic, and maybe even precancerous. We'll have to remove the thyroid, do surgery, and then you'll take medication the rest of your life. I was not okay with that. That was not a winning situation. It was going to get worse and worse and worse until I had surgery and then keep getting worse. In this system, did I ever have a chance at getting better? No. My only chance was to get sicker and sicker. And a lot of you guys are in that model. Okay, and if you don't get out of what you're doing now, you will continue to get worse and worse. There's no way around it. And, working with my brother, found this place called Progressive Medical Center, and they were able to actually figure out what was going on. And right here you can see my numbers. I had the autoimmune version of thyroid coming from my gut, and my numbers were 289 and 101 were my thyroid antibodies. Those are supposed to be under 25, way out of normal limits. This was what was causing all my problems. And again, finally I had an answer. I knew what I needed to do, and I'll kind of go over in detail exactly what I did to fix this. And then, so again, I started to do all the things I learned about and really changed my entire life, what I was eating, what I was taking. It's too much to go over everything, but I made a lot of changes, and I started to heal my gut, balance my immune system, fix the adrenals. My thyroid started to work better. And here's my numbers 6 months later. 11 and 85. So now I'm within normal, and I'm getting closer. Those numbers are way down. This is 9 months later. 4 and 40. I'm within normal limits. This is something medical doctors and a lot of professions say that's physically impossible to reverse an autoimmune condition. I'm telling you guys, I'm not making this stuff up. It's right here. I have the papers. I was able to completely reverse this. Everything else at the same time started to get better. I started getting my energy back. Stopped getting sinus infections. Stopped getting eczema. Stopped getting brain fog. Fatigue all the time. Thinning of the hair. Everything started to get better once I fixed the root of the problem. And don't get me wrong, this wasn't easy. It's not like I, started taking a magic supplement and things got better. I spent $6,000 in a year of my life, figuring this out and fixing it. But I can tell you one thing. I am so glad I did, because it's changed the rest of my life, and I'm a happier person because of it. Would I spend that $6,000 again? You better believe it was worth every cent of it, because I figured out what was wrong and I fixed the problem, okay? You can't put a price on your health. Steve Jobs, perfect example. Had all the money in the world, all the power, died of a health problem. No money could bring his health back. He had the best doctors around his bed trying to fix him, and they could not. I'm telling you guys, every dollar you put into your health, you're going to get a tenfold increase. If you put $1 in your health now, that's going to save you $10 in the future. Again, the biggest asset, the biggest investment you can put right now is in your health. The average American spends 12.5% of their income on health problems. Okay, if you make $100,000, that's almost $13,000 a year. It definitely pays to put money back in your health like I did. I can tell you I've saved a lot of money because of it. So what causes thyroid dysfunction? 5 main causes. The top 2 is the autoimmune and leaky gut. 80% of your immune system is found in the gut. Okay, so if we don't fix the gut, we can't fix the autoimmune condition. Now there's 2 sides of your immune system. There's your cellular and there's your humoral. Cellular side goes low, the humoral goes high. Cellular goes low, you get chronic infections, sinus infections, skin problems. When the other side goes high, your immune system's overactive, you get an autoimmune condition because your immune system is overactive. You get things like Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, all these immune system problems. Third one, toxicity. Toxins can actually block hormone receptors. Say you were trying to get into a room to get something out of there, and I go and stick a toothpick in the lock, and now you can't unlock the door to get in there. Toxins are just like that. They're like toothpicks. They get stuck on the receptors, and now you can't unlock the room you're trying to go into. AKA, your thyroid hormone can't work because there's a toxin blocking it out. Adrenals. We talked a little bit about that. From chronic stress. Causes the body to create reverse T3. Now you can't lose weight. Now your hormones can't work. Now your thyroid can't work. Inflammation. Inflammation causes all kinds of problems. Inflammation is not because you didn't take your fish oil in the morning. It's things like viruses, parasites. These things lay dormant in the body, and if you don't figure them out, you're never going to get well. You know, when is the last time your doctor tested for leaky gut? When's the last time your doctor did a specific toxicity test to figure out if this is blocking your hormones? When's the last time they checked your adrenals or checked you for viruses or parasites? Probably never. And that's why you're not getting better. And that's why I see patients every single day come off all their medications and their lives radically transform, because we test for these things, we figure it out, and people get better. Okay? It's really, you know, I get excited about it to see people's lives, you know, change because of this. So, here's what leaky gut is. Food comes in, toxins, gluten, things like that. They're supposed to stay in your digestive system. Problem is, you get leaky gut and inflammation from the American lifestyle. Okay? The things we eat, the things we do, the things we think, even, cause leaky gut. Now things like gluten and toxins get through this channel and get into the bloodstream. Gluten is supposed to be in the gut. It's not supposed to get into the bloodstream. Your IgG immune system thinks the gluten or these other things you're eating is a foreign particle. It thinks it's a bacteria or an infection. The immune system now attacks the gluten, thinking it's foreign, and you have an autoimmune response. This is something called molecular mimicry. The immune system, the thyroid happens to look a lot like a gluten molecule. It has the same structure in some ways. The immune system, in a frenzy, it not only attacks the gluten, but ends up attacking the thyroid or another organ in the body, causing an autoimmune response. The great test I love to do, I want to throw this in here. If your cells are inflamed, hormones are never going to get in there. Your gut's going to be inflamed. You're going to have this autoimmune reaction. One of the easy ways I test for this is called a met-oxy test. 50 times more accurate than blood testing for cellular inflammation. If the cells are inflamed, hormones are not going to get in there. Okay? Huge test. How much is this test worth? Well, if it figures out for me, it took me $6,000 to figure it was wrong. So, again, it's all about figuring out what's wrong. But it's just a cheap, easy test we can do to let us know. So, other autoimmune conditions caused by leaky gut. Again, eczema, inflammation in the gut, Crohn's, IBS, caused from an autoimmune reaction. And if you look it up, there's high levels of zonulin in the bloodstream. Zonulin is found in gluten, and zonulin actually opens up these channels in the gut. It's a known chemical that opens up those channels, so one thing you need to look for. Diabetes, the immune system can attack the pancreas, and now your pancreas won't create enough insulin. Alzheimer's, the immune system attacking the brain. They actually call this type 3 diabetes now. Rheumatoid arthritis, your immune system attacking the joint lining. Multiple sclerosis, the immune system attacking the myelin. And autism, these immune reactions can actually cross and attack the blood-brain barrier. So again, a lot of people, my thyroid patients, also have diabetes, also have RA, have MS, autism. So the great thing is, if we fix one, a lot of times we can fix all of them at the same time. What's the solution? Well, your gut is only as healthy as the bacteria that make it up. They're actually calling the gut now your second brain, because that bacteria in your gut not only makes up your immune system, but actually controls you and gives you different food cravings and really dictates the way you feel. You know, your gut is where 80% of your serotonin's made. No wonder people are depressed, because they don't have the right bacteria in their gut to break food down and create serotonin, which is needed to be in a good mood. They did a study and they found that kids that have dogs have 50% decreased chances of getting eczema and allergies. Why is that? The dog brings in microbes, germs, probiotics, bacteria, and actually builds the kid's immune system, and they have less autoimmune diseases, allergies, eczema, all those kinds of things. So really, gut health and reducing autoimmune conditions, you gotta start playing in the dirt. You gotta start building that immune system, rebuilding the gut, which we'll talk about. So, this isn't just me saying this. This is actually in Time magazine. They said the secret killer: inflammation becomes chronic rather than transitory. Inflammation stays there, it's not moving. The body turns on itself with after effects that seem to underline a wide variety of diseases. What this means is, if you inflame a tissue and organ long enough, eventually the immune system will start to attack it. What causes this inflammation? Sugars, that's huge. Bad fats. Free radicals. Free radicals aren't just because you didn't eat enough blueberries and antioxidants. It's actually from a carb overload, right? We're in a carb crazy nation. Carb overload will actually cause free radical damage. Bad fats. Again, good fats do the opposite. This is what every layer of your cell looks like. It has a fat, lipid bilayer. Every single cell in your body is made out of fat. Okay? That's how important fats are. So why? Cholesterol causes heart disease. No. Inflammation causes heart disease. More people have heart attacks with normal cholesterol rather than elevated cholesterol. It's not the fat causing heart disease, it's inflammation. Okay? Fat comes through and actually patches up the inflammation and tries to fix the problem. It's just like saying, you know, every time there's a fire, I see these fire trucks. These darn fire trucks are causing all these fires. We got to get rid of the fire trucks. It's not the fire trucks that's causing it, okay? The same thing. The reason you have clogged arteries isn't because of the fat, aka the fire trucks. It's from the inflammation. The fire trucks, aka the fats, are just coming in there to fix the problem. So it's reduce inflammation, not your fats. Cholesterol, which is fat. The number one thing I'm telling you guys you can do is reduce carbs and sugar and start adding healthy fats in your diet. The reason being, they heal your body. They're necessary for creating hormones, neurological function, and repairing and protecting cells. Again, cholesterol, fat. You need this to make testosterone, estrogen, DHEA, cortisol, progesterone, aldosterone. This is the building block for all these hormones. Think about how many people have low testosterone, estrogen, cortisol. If we want to make more of it, we need to have more cholesterol and fat to make it. A lot of you guys can relate to this. How to lose weight and increase your energy by 300%. And she takes a more serious aim at her target weight. So I just, a lot of people are feeling that way. So, it is funny. Lie. Fat makes you fat. No, it's inability to burn fat. Why can someone eat twice as many calories as someone else, and the person eating twice as much is losing weight? It's not about the calories. It's about one thing and one thing only: hormones, such as insulin, leptin, and others they control. Weight loss is about your hormones, okay? Not about calories. Huge misconception. The way this works, fat cells make leptin. Leptin tells your hypothalamus to decrease food intake, make you less hungry, and increase your energy expenditure. Those are two really good things you want to do with your overweight, right? The problem is this loop is not working. The reason it's not working is because when you're a sugar burner, when you're eating a lot of sugar and carbs, your brain does not hear leptin, and it relies on sugar for energy. So when you're burning sugar, your body, this does not work. This whole system, your body does not listen to. When you become a fat burner, now to become a fat burner, this isn't something you can just start eating fat and magically do. I have to work with patients on this. You have to reset the hypothalamus and do certain things to get the body in this mode. But when you're in this mode, the brain hears leptin and responds by burning fat for energy. It's physically impossible. If you're a sugar burner, it's impossible to lose weight, okay? Because your body's always looking for sugar. So when you're hungry, your body's not going to burn fat. It's going to start to try to look for sugar or give you cravings so you eat more sugar or burn your own muscle. If you can get your body into fat burning mode, your hunger will go away. Your hunger and cravings will go away, and your body will start to burn fat, and you'll start to lose weight instead. It's like if you have a hybrid car, you can burn electric or gas. If you don't turn the switch and it's just stuck on using electric, and you run out of electric, your car's going to shut down. It won't ever burn gas. Your body's the same way. If you're stuck in burning sugar and you don't flip the switch to burning fat, your body will just shut down. It won't ever go to burning fat. So that's the secret here, and that all has to do with balance. If we balance your hormones, reset your hypothalamus, that will start to happen. Hours till hungry. Fat, 4 hours. Carbs, 1 hour. That's why people are having these cravings, is because their body's not burning the fat. It's just relying on carbs. You're hungry all the time. Bad fats. The Volek studies and many others show that diets high in saturated fats and low in carbs improve weight loss by improving thyroid function. Multiple studies show that only diet to have a significant improvement to cold intolerance was a diet high in saturated fats. I'm telling you guys, the number one thing. A lot of people say, I eat a lot of fat. No, you don't. It's impossible to eat too much fat. That's the number one change you guys can make diet-wise, is increasing those fats and reducing the grains and sugars, because elevated glucose and insulin interferes with the liver's ability to convert T4 to T3. So it directly affects your thyroid's ability to work. Multiple studies show that high carb diets exacerbate thyroiditis and low carbs improve it. Grains are the number one food that people are intolerant to, which block hormone receptors and cause an autoimmune response. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. It's the autoimmune system. It's the fact that the hormones are getting blocked and not working. So, one of the last things I want to talk about is the toxins blocking the hormone receptors. The thyroid toxic top 5. PCBs and dioxins. This is from contaminated fish, meat and dairy, pesticides, heavy metals from environment, silver fillings, BPA, it's in your plastics, cosmetics, dental sealants, linings of metal cans, halogens. These are goitrogens such as fluoride, chlorine, and bromine found in water, bread, and flame retardants. Believe it or not, your bed, they put flame retardants on your bed. Okay, these are things to start looking into. Iodine. Thyroid hormone is 4 molecules of iodine. Fluoride, chlorine, and bromine. Fluoride is found in your toothpaste, chlorine in your water. Fluoride, chlorine, and bromine are halogens. So is iodine, which is what your thyroid hormone is made out of. These things block out and wreak havoc in your body's ability to make thyroid hormone. Crazy as far as, this is such good proof of what we're saying here. They found that women married to men who use pesticides have almost a 2-fold increase in thyroid disease. Wow, right? I mean, that is crazy. That is just showing the huge link of toxins and thyroid problems. Again, everyone's always trying to detox. There's a right and a wrong way to detox. Just following these random detox protocols doesn't work. There's a specific protocol and there's a right and wrong way to detox, okay? Very important that you do it in the correct way. Again, toxins build up, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Boom, you hit 60 years old, something, the bucket overflows, you start having massive problems. This is a powerful test that I always do on people to figure out, is it a toxin from a pesticide, from a heavy metal, or is it a toxicity issue from a biotoxin such as a virus or a bacterial infection in the body? This VCS test actually can show me if that is a problem. If that's a problem, we dig deeper, we figure out what's causing it, we fix the problem, you get better. Okay? Powerful, powerful test. One of the last things here, adrenal fatigue. Here's are the things that cause adrenal fatigue. Continued stress, lack of sleep, overconsumption of sugar and refined carbs. Most of us are guilty of these things. The best way to fix it is obviously address all the issues we were discussing, but also adaptogenic herbs. This will cause the adrenals to work better so that you don't have high levels of reverse T3. Ginseng, holy basil, ashwagandha, one of my favorites, cordyceps mushrooms. All these herbs are very crucial. Get as many of these in your diet as possible. So again, summing it up, causes of thyroid dysfunction. Autoimmune, by far the number one. Autoimmune is being caused by a leaky gut. Third one is toxicity. Adrenals, what we just talked about, and inflammation. Chronic inflammation can cause an autoimmune condition. If we address all 5 of these issues and figure out which one is causing your problem, I guarantee you're going to get better. We test it. Again, when's the last time you got tested for leaky gut or toxicity or adrenals or chronic inflammation? No one's testing for these things, and that's why you're not getting better. I guarantee you, we figure this out, we find out what is causing your problem, and we fix it, you will 100% get better. Not a doubt in my mind. Other testing that may be needed, here's just kind of a short list of some common ones that I run on people. Thyroid antibodies is huge. Bacterial makeup, live blood cell analysis. Closing off here, guys, I want you guys to get better. In MIT, they did a study. They found 3% of people succeed in small business, 97% of people fail. And they're trying to figure out, when you're trying to do something, even in your health, you're trying to make a change, you're trying to get better. Why are people normally failing? What they found is we all have, the 97% of people have a lot of excuses why they're not going to get better. I don't have the money. I don't know where to buy stuff organic. My schedule is crazy. I lost my job. There's 1,000 excuses I hear all the time. 3% of people who are successful, they have the exact same reasons running in the back of their head. There's one difference, guys. This is so important. There's only one difference. Those 3%ers make a choice. They decide that they are going to get better no matter what. It doesn't matter what the reason or their excuse is. They just make a choice to say, whatever this is I have going, whatever this thyroid problem, I'm going to get better no matter what it takes. They make that choice. Again, whether you guys get better or not has nothing to do with your job, your time, or anything else. It is a choice that you have to make. A great example of this is my mom. Struggling with breast cancer, chemo, radiation, having her breast removed. She was sick for 10 years after that. The doctor said she was cancer-free. Unfortunately, like a lot of people, the cancer came back, metastasized to her liver and her lungs. And she was put in this situation. Does she play it safe, use all the excuses she had in her head, playing it safe, doing what the medical model, doing what she knew to do? Or did she listen to me and my brother and decide, I'm gonna take a leap of faith. I'm gonna make a choice. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get better. Completely changed her lifestyle. Started to do a lot of things we outlined today. And I can tell you now, she's 100% cancer free, and she's the best health of her life because she made a choice. She decided to be that 3%er. She was going to do whatever it took to get better, no matter the money, the time, or anything else. And I wouldn't be here right now if she hadn't made that choice. So just a huge testimony right there. And here's a patient from a few weeks ago. I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's so much more than your thyroid, guys. It's your life. Your health is your life. And I had a lady. She came and she listened to this presentation, and she said, since applying what we've gone over, her problems have significantly. She said she's been progressing nicely. For instance, I now have an abundance of energy. I can now wear all the sexy outfits I spent the last 10 years dreaming of fitting in. Interesting, my husband is now a happier man as a result of my libido drive and my anxiety reduction. Again, guys, I cannot make this stuff up. This is what patients are experiencing. Also, my battle with my self-esteem with my weight has extinguished. I've lost over 20 pounds, and most impressively, my weight has plateaued at 119 pounds, which is my desired weight. Another highlight of my health transformation is my pain-free menstrual cycle, which was a bummer for me with excruciating pain for at least 4 days. Dr. Axe, I want to thank you so much for transforming my life. I'm now living a quality of life with my body and finding my back its true health and homeostasis. Guys, I see this every single day. People are getting their life back. They're doing the things that they love to do. They're now able to live long and be healthy and be there for their grandchildren. That's why you guys need to make these changes, not so you can just lose weight. So again, I decided 1 day a week, I want to give back. I want to donate, and I didn't know how to do it. And I said, I want to use my gifts, what I'm good at, and my passion, and give back to people so that they can overcome what I went through, what my mom went through. So go to calendly.com/Dr. Axe. It's an online scheduler. Go there, pick a time. I'll get on the phone with you. Schedule a phone consultation. I'll get on there for no charge and hopefully give you a better look and give you some guidance of what you need to do and what your options are. Because a lot of times it's hard to see what's going on when it's yourself. If you can have a second eye above you analyzing your situation, it can shed a lot of light onto what's going on. Again, if I had another health problem, I wouldn't do it by myself. I'd have someone else help me so that I can get a second view. So get on calendly.com and schedule that free consultation so I can, I'll get on the phone with you and try to help you in any way I can. Or email us at therootcauseclinic@gmail.com. Send us over your information. We'll contact you and get something set up. Again, that's my way to give back. And really, I'm so passionate about this. I want to help you guys, get you on the right track, just like my mom, get your life back there so you can be there for the ones that you love. And thank you so much for jumping on here. I hope this was a huge help and it, transforms your life. All right, God bless.